Good Tuesday morning. Yep, it's early, 6:30. Rock and roll, let's go. When you go to bed early, that would be me. I don't even think I stayed up till 9, because, why would I? Because I get up early. Early is my jam. Actually, I've been up since 4, but, it takes me a minute to roll. Because my window's open like this much, because I still live in this, I am born in the 70s and 80s chick, where you can sleep with your window open and hope nobody comes in and kicks your ass or kills you or climbs through your window and steals your most valuable treasures. That is me, because I don't believe that, all people that freak out that their window's open. I think we still sleep. Sometimes we sleep with our door unlocked. Whatever. I live in Orange County, so, anything can happen. I was listening to some of you YouTubers on my Lanta. Holy smoke. You guys, okay, first of all, good luck today. Things are happening in other parts, like behind doors, big old buildings with a lot of windows. Things are happening in those kind of buildings today and tomorrow and Friday. What's today? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, things are happening behind that. But go ahead. You got your unemployment. Got it. Check. Got your stimulus check. Check. Go do you. We're good. It's 92 days since it's been 14 days of any new news. 10 and a half minute days since they pillow fluffed your imaginations. And it's been a week and a few seconds since the 8 squad hit the dirt and then, made a mockery of how important their findings were to the police officers and so they're not. This isn't important. What are you talking about? I go to work at 6. Well, I'd be there at 7:15, but I already have 2 logs to do, which is work stuff. So I don't know. I work in law enforcement. Not a surprise. I have 2 logs waiting for me to get started on them. I don't know why you think your tidbit of info means 911 it. I don't understand that. Ouch. That hates me. When it's I don't know. Did you guys watch the news last night? Stupid car, stop your stuff. There was a shooting. 10 people died and a police officer. It's all going to be about the police officer, obviously, because it's a police officer. As soon as that happened, I'm like, boop, so much for the other 9. So much for them. Like, sorry you got collected up in this, but there was a police officer killed that responded as a hero, right? He'll be the hero. He'll probably be the bullet that hit his foot that stopped him from doing whatever he was going to do to the rest of the store. So he's going to be the hero, and it's going to be a wipeout for everybody else that was involved. I'll tell you, that's how the code of brotherly love goes. Now, the boys of Kern County / Bakersfield / California City, there's been so much mayhem and evidence destruction that everybody's leaning towards they're not alive, they've been trafficked, they've been sold, they've just been relocated, whatever. Nobody's talking. They're not going to talk. Today there's going to be more chatter about a store shooting that involved a cop that's killed. And it's still, I mean, there was 14 ways to say yesterday. It's an ongoing event. They wanted to know who they were, how many died. They were firing the same question. Boom, 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 boom. Who is it? Name him. Who died? Name them. Oh, of course. Oh, we know one of our own died. We're gonna blab that right away. Well, that wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough for the news. It wasn't good enough for the people waiting around the store. They're probably still waiting around the store in the snow. When there's an ongoing investigation, take it as facts, not fiction, that you've watched way too much TV, that you're going to think in 30 minutes, 3 hours, 5 hours, 10 hours, that you're going to have a result, an action, and charges pressed against. If that guy did do that yesterday, chances are he's going to get fixed up, put a Band-Aid, pop him in the head, and say, you're going to jail, buddy. We're going to sit on you until we figure out what's up. You're not getting out on bail. We're going to detain you until XYZ happens. And forensics, which will take, I don't know, a day to see who shot who and all that. It'll take a day to do one bullet to the officer's gun to see if he lamed him up. That'll take a day. Yep, that came out of his gun. Yep, that guy shot first. He shot him. There you go. Boom. They'll get murder. Period. It might even be because he walked into a store fully in guns and ammo that it was premeditated murder. Not that he was intending to kill a cop, but he'll be intended to kill multiple people. So that'll probably stick. But I don't know anything about law enforcement. I don't know about anything about how stories are written or whatnot, but I can almost tell you verbatim that's how it's going to go. But on this particular case about the boys in Cal City, Kern County, Bakersfield, whatever you guys want to call the area in which, the things that you need to ask about that should be public by now, and it's not because of actor chief says because it's involving minor children, my ass. Because if you ask anybody, Polly Klaas's dad, any of those people, they'll let you know that the 911 tape that was the initial phone call to bring the cops to the Cal City house is available. It should be available for public knowledge, not because it's involving children. Yes, it's going to be, oh my God, I don't know what happened to my kid. It's going to be one of those freak out, right? That's how it should be. Hello, my kids, my 2 adoptive sons have gone missing. If it's that kind of phone call, he's full of shit. If it's a frantic, they both got on the phone and they're both calling 911 because Missy in the house wrapping the one and only Christmas present, that's rude. And Bozo the clown in the front yard, I'm gonna check Facebook. I'm gonna do all these things. Because who did Chris Watts call when his wife went missing? After or before the cops reamed him into a little room and put him on squash? He called her mom. Called her mom. Who called who when the cops were digging up a yard in Colorado? The new husband called the wife in jail. This is a pre-recorded line of the jail, Colorado, blah, 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 corrections. He called her and said, they're digging up the yard. Like it was a shock. What? Like, who did they call after? Those are the things we won't know until this all gets paper trailed out. But the 911 type should be and now ask, can we hear the 911 tape? And if they say no, then they call the non-emergency line. Because everything that I listen, watch, flag, get notifications on, because I drive for a living and what I do for a living made me travel to that area, gets like a missing persons flyer on the particular police website, a Twitter page. I don't know. Does Cal City have a Twitter? Because, not as popular as this forum, not as popular as Facebook, not as popular as Instagram is, but most, like, Newport Beach, Steel Beach, Sheriff's Department, CHP. I get gray alerts probably every day on my phone. And if you don't know what that is, then you are completely out of this loop about how they report missing people or wandered offers. That's what raiders are. Might have dementia. Last seen at Warner and Beach. Could be wearing purple pants and a yellow shirt and a wristband. I don't know. Where's the night? That's what I would like to know. Like, if we were to be present and persistent and not worrying about what they're doing, let them do them. But I would be going to and filing at least the recording timeline, because not releasing it is a secret, and that's hiding bullshit. So what was their demeanor like on the phone? You should be able to get that. Straight up get it. It not because, this is because they're minors, my ass. The other day, less than a week ago, there was a girl missing in Lancaster, of all places, and they sent out a quick what she's wearing, went over Twitter, and within an hour and 20 minutes, they had her at a store. Went through past my ring count. Yes, there was Facebook and people go boop, 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 which led, because it went on the page to an alert. It's like a gray. It went to an alert status. People were like, what? Because they're hypersensitive. But the 911 call was released. I don't know why it took 9 hours to get it released, but 9 hours of notice. I think there's a whole bunch of nonsense going on in that house, but we won't know. It's not our business. But y'all haven't talked about that, which is hilarious to me, because they didn't know she's gone for 9 hours. She didn't go to school that day. Nobody's been to school that day. And what were the parents actually doing? Were they gamers? So I would be pressing hard-nosed core. I would send one of those hoity-toity 8-pack women, especially the one with some intellectual brains, instead of the one that goes, and bro. No, don't send her. Wow, the one that speaks eloquently and soft, she should go and see what she could get out of that department of public relations and say, hey, we would like to hear, or at least have a copy of, the 911 tape about on or before whatever day it was, the 21st. That dispatched you out there. The 911 call, the dispatch conversation, and the hang up. Okay, the police should be there any minute, click. Nowhere in that should be any boundary breaking rules that says because minor children are involved. Nowhere. It shouldn't matter where. Like, a kid falls into a pool. My son's in the pool. We're doing CPR. Blah, 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 blah. Like, frantic crazy, right? Where's the frantic crazy 911 call? I'd be so up there. I'd be knocking. I'd be calling. I'd be like, who do I need to talk to about this recording? tell me it's missing. Go ahead. Go ahead and tell me that. Because then you'll know that Cal City, from the start running, from the pickup to the drop, has biffed it from the beginning. That's what I need you guys to look for. That's what you guys need to press for. That's what you guys need to get to. We saw the jacked up, bullshit, hyped up, crappy story. Been there, done that. I don't know. You guys need to process your processing. Stop with the heavy, weeby, wobble, crap, BS that you've been dishing to it. Oh, well, it's funny because you know what's so funny is that I watch each and every one of you equally. I put great effort into watching each and every one of you equally. And I've come to conclusions that hype and circumstance, power and numbers, who knows what, who has who in whose back pocket, which is nothing. Nobody needs nobody in nobody's back pocket. My informant, my person that doesn't want to come on camera, talk to people or nothing. He said, she said, I love that one. He said, she said, he needs to stay away. He needs to go away. This needs to happen this way. And we are the leaders. We are the top-notch, glued up with the cops. No, you're not. You're not a certified anybody. You are a certified public person. And you stay public, and you may or may not have adequate information to lead to prosecution or lead to an son of a bitch. Lead to any I don't need to go. Yes, I do. Any particular lead. You're going to get a detective or an answering voicemail, and you're going to get what you get. Because you aren't in. You're not an informant. You're not a detective. You're not a certified private investigator, which you should look into. You are nobody. You are a public person that may have found something, information, but if your information becomes, well, they'd rather not tell you their full birth name. Click. That is a dead ringer to, nope, we're not going to listen to you. We got bigger fish to pull out of this pond than you have by your wishy-washy, oh no, I can't tell you that. Then we can't talk to you anymore. And you can call it rude, you can call it whatever you want to call it. It is law enforcement duty to say, get out of the way, move out of the way. They can push you all, they can send up a fire, they can send up a pretty little firework display and say that they are doing this and this and this, and you'll go. They're not going to phone each and every one of you, all 64, not that I'm counting, and call you up and say, hey, by the way, we're going over yonder. We would like you to come. But we distract you, which they've done. They did that great the other couple of weeks ago. That was fantastic copping. If you are not a registered, certified, any type of person that they use, on a daily basis, or on big cases like this one. I don't even know if this is a big case. This might just be what it is. Then you will know the outcome before the outcome is even presented, or the severity of the outcome, or the daily of the outcome. I think the ball got dropped from the 911 call. And the officers that were on duty, and then the next day mayhem, and then the following day news conference that wasn't directed by anybody in law enforcement. I will let you speak to the parents if they're able. I will let you speak to if it's... They weren't there. They were gone. Those two people walked out of their house on their own free will. No lawyer, no spokesperson. That's why they had an encounter with other people. Like, get to the jaws of the bull. Okay? They walked out of the house to stir. Because there was no law enforcement. There was no person saying, hey, I'm talking on behalf of these people. Like, organized. Because they had no educational skills. And this department had no meat to make it. They should have said, I've never been, I mean, he could say he's a 30-year detective or whatever, but he was in a big city with big people. He had a relations department. He had the mayor. He had the this. He had the that. And he rarely had to speak in front of a microphone, absent from all the authoritative figures. It's like, do you ever see a fire department news conference when there's a big old fire and just one guy from the fire department speaks on behalf of the fire? Nope. You see all, public relations, the fire captain, the chief of the cops and what they're doing to help and support the police department and the fire department and the security of the residents. It's a process, and this process was bumped up from the dollar signs of the beginning. This guy really needs to get off my ass. I'm going into the top secret place. If you don't care, if you don't want to know. Do you want to know? Do you want to know? I think you might want to know. I'm going into Kobe Bryant. That's where I'm going. This hat looking like a dumbass today. Ponytail, come down a little. There you go. Anyway, that's what's up. Anyway, so that's what you guys need to do. You guys need to put forth a little bit of effort and press on the 911 tape. I would love to hear it. I haven't heard it yet. They already released yesterday's shooting in a grocery store. They already released that. There was little kids. There was all kinds of things going on in that store. But somebody called from inside the store and said, there's a person. I already released it. I heard that at 10 o'clock. So, where is it? Why haven't we heard it? And why is it a secret? Press that. Bye.